Hi everybody, this is going to be a kind of a short video for a couple of reasons. I've been a little bit busy, but also I've been like not feeling totally great. No, it's not the COVID virus. It's kind of a good thing, but I recently found out that I was struggling with being really anemic. So I've been probably feeling short of breath and just like no energy for at least a year of it being really bad, which is not good for a singer because I'm constantly feeling like I'm trying to catch my breath and I just have like no energy, like it kind of feels like that. I've been taking like a lot of naps and stuff and just dealing with a lot of headaches and everything. So I recently had my blood checked and my iron levels are extremely low. So luckily I'm on a couple of different iron things right now and a different diet. So hopefully that will make it so that I can have a much more energy and not run out of air when I'm singing. But I didn't want to not put something up. It's probably going to take like 3 or 4 weeks for me to really get my iron store levels back. I mean, I've been having trouble like walking up my stairs and without just breathing a lot at the end of that. So I wanted to talk a little bit about vowel modification. This was like kind of like the topic I wanted to bring up the next time anyway. It's just not going to be a very long video. So I know that I kind of tried to cover tone placement, like how you can move your voice into like different parts of where you resonate. This is kind of a little bit like that, but it is changing your articulation to make certain notes easier to sing. And if you know Sia, like I love Sia. I love to sing her songs. I can't play them, but I love to sing them at karaoke, or like if a band did it, I would probably want to do it. And she has a pretty big range, and she does a lot of vowel modification. She uses a lot of her tone placement really well, and a lot of pop singers will use vowel modification. Even if they don't need to, they'll do it like in a stylistic way. I'm not like a super fan of like overdoing anything, and especially the whole vowel modification that I hear on the radio, to me sounds a lot like either baby talk singing, or it sounds a lot like people are singing with marbles or cotton balls in their mouth. Like I mean, you can overdo anything, but some of this you can use to help you. And the Sia song, Chandelier, I tried a really long time to try and sing that song. I don't have problems when it goes really, really high, but it's the transition from going low to high. And there's a line in there where she says something about the tears drying on her face and flying. And I had a lot of trouble with that flying word. And I think the word sing in there somewhere. And that's when I started remembering, okay, I have to just change the vowel. I can't necessarily sing flying. It may have to be fleeing, and I can't really necessarily sing the word sing. It might have to sound more like sang. And the thing is, when the song is going on, you can modify your vowels just a little bit. Like instead of singing the word love, you can sing the word live or lev. Changing the shape of your articulator can make these notes easier to sing. Going back to like lesson 1, when I was talking about how, you know, ah is very hard to sing, but e is very easy to sing. It's kind of like using that to get to notes that are difficult. So I'm just going to play like a couple of different snippets of songs and just try to compare 1, how it changes the tone, and 2, just how it can kind of make it easier to sing if you change the shape of the word. So this isn't necessarily changing the tone placement all the time. This is more about changing the shape of the vowel. but you can use both things. 2 a.m. and she calls me 'cause I'm still awake. Can you help me unravel my latest mistake? I don't love him. Winter just wasn't my season. And we walk through the door so accusing, their eyes like they have any right at all to criticize. Hypocrites, you're all here for the very same reason. Okay, so what I was doing was changing the word help. I was changing it more to like hep. And then have, I was singing it more like have. And we walk through the door so accusing, their eyes like they have any, instead of like they have any. Not that I can't reach that note. I'm just trying to pick things that will demonstrate what I'm talking about. Like they have any right at all. I can say like they have any, instead of have any. Now you can use these things stylistically, but you really need to experiment. Like if you're having trouble with a note, and it might not even be the highest note, it might be the note where you're transitioning from more like your chest voice to your mid voice, or your mid voice to your, more in your head or in your face. Maybe it's not the note that's the issue. Maybe it's the vowel. That's the issue, and you can change it, and everyone will understand what you're singing because it's in context, and it'll be fine. And it might give it like a cool little like flavor. I know you think that I shouldn't still love you or tell you that, but if I didn't say it, well, I'd still have felt it. Where's the sense in that? Okay, so I'm saying that instead of that. And I'm actually kind of doing a little bit of both. I'm changing the vowel, and then I'm kind of a little bit like pushing up against the vowel, as opposed to, if I didn't say it, well, I'd still have felt it. Where's the sense in that? Okay, I'm kind of doing, where's the sense? Well, okay, that was a little overboard, but where's the sense in that? I mean, I'm kind of going like that. Okay, so some of it's like the shape of my articulator. And it could change the flavor, it can make it stylistic, but it can make the vowel easier to sing. Now, some singers, and this is just my opinion, will get stuck in one kind of flavor or one kind of way of articulating, and then they'll do every single song like that. And it gets so old and so annoying, because you want to hear some versatility, but it's like if you put someone's album on and all they sound is like that on every single song. So don't overdo it. Like, use all these little bags, all these little tricks in your bag to make things, sound kind of cool. There was another one that I was going to use as an example. Hold on, let me think what it was. Oh. Have mercy, baby, on a poor girl like me. I'm falling at your feet. Tingling right from my head to my toes. So help me make the feeling go. Okay, so I was doing a lot of that in that song. I was kind of singing everything on like an sound, and pushing a lot of out of my face. But I am not pronouncing these words anyway like I would if I was just talking. Hey, have mercy, baby. I'm not gonna go have mercy, babe. I'm not trying to go country. I'm just saying So if I sing it really straight, have mercy, baby, on a poor girl like me. You know I'm falling, falling, falling at your feet. Okay, you might actually like that better, but some of this is just kind of like maybe I'm trying to sound a little bit like Chris McVie or whatever, but you can learn these vowel modifications from other artists by listening to them. So for the end of this, I just wanted to demonstrate some of the troublesome spots in that Sia song. I mean, I'm singing a cappella, so forgive me, but I just want you to see like how you can change the vowel and it'll help. So I always had troubles with the word swing in there, with the word fly in there, and the word exist, like exist, that like I have trouble with getting that high, so I would sing it more like exist. And then I would sing swing more like swaying, and then I would sing fly more like flay. I'm gonna swing from the chandelier, from the chandelier. I'm gonna live like tomorrow doesn't exist, like it doesn't exist. I'm gonna fly like a bird through the night, feel my tears as they dry. So, I mean, I'm belting, but I'm like changing all of those words. I mean, it's more like, I'm gonna fly like a bird through the night, feel my tears as they dry. I mean, I'm just, because I experimented with the vowels, I can figure out like which shapes are easier to sing. Just do that. Like whatever word you're struggling with, try doing it on different vowels. And that's the vowel modification thing. So you can like even just kind of like play, oh God, now my eye is bothering me. Even kind of play around with just your articulator. It's a good exercise too. Sorry, I feel like I have an eyelash in my eye. Where you're just kind of going like, plus it's really fun. But stay on the same pitch so that you can prove to yourself this is not a note problem. The note is not too high or too low for me. I just can't get that note out on that vowel. Like the word love is in so many songs, but is just like really hard to sing. Love, 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 love. But maybe if you just kind of just do a love, maybe just pull your cheeks back a little bit. It's just it can be the most subtle change, and all of a sudden it's so much easier to sing. So experiment with some vowel modification, and try not to confuse yourself between this note is too high or too low or in a weird transition-y spot. Know that it's part of, it is changing the way the resonator's behaving, but I'm not really talking about like moving the tone placement into like a different place. Although you're probably going to use the two things in tandem. But if you're struggling with a note, don't just automatically feel like it's the note. It could just be the vowel. And you can sometimes tell if you feel like your volume is really good and like you're not belting, but like you've got like a nice, healthy, sort of like rounded volume. And then if you get to this one word and the sound just gets swallowed, that could be your articulator changing into a shape that you just can't get the sound out again. So have fun with vowel modification. Okay, bye.